Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about latest express entry draw on October 29th sent 6,000 PR invitations. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. On October 29, 2025, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada conducted the third express entry draw of the week under the category-based selection. The express entry draw today specifically targeted candidates with French language proficiency, sending 6,000 invitations to apply with the comprehensive ranking system cutoff score set at 416 points. Applicants with a CRS of 416 or higher were invited, subject to the tie-breaking rule for profiles submitted on or before September 8, 2025, at 15:27 and 9 seconds Universal Time Coordinated. Key highlights of the October 29 express entry draw. Category: French Language Proficiency, Version 1. Invitations issued, 6,000. Minimum CRS score for lowest ranked candidate, 416. Tie-breaking timestamp, September 8, 2025, 15:27 and 9 seconds Universal Time Coordinated. Rank needed, 6,000 or above in the pool. Canada has now issued a total of 81,485 ITAs in 2025, of which 36,000 were issued under the French language category. In comparison, IRCC issued 98,903 ITAs in 2024 and 110,266 in 2023. A notable feature of this round is the CRS cutoff of 416, which is markedly lower compared to many other category-based rounds of invitations. This video reflects not only the category-specific nature of the draw but also suggests a window of opportunity for French proficient candidates who may have lower overall CRS scores. Summary of all the express entry draws this week. CRS threshold cooling down in French language draws. Since August 2025, the French language proficiency category has seen a consistent downward trend in the CRS cutoff, making this stream more accessible for qualifying candidates. The pattern is clear: after a peak of 481 in August, the cutoff has steadily moved lower to 446 in September, then 432, and now 416. This indicates a strategic pull by IRCC to invite more candidates meeting French proficiency yet with somewhat relaxed CRS thresholds compared to other streams. This third draw of the week marks a pivotal moment for French-speaking skilled workers aspiring to make Canada home. With 6,000 ITAs and a cutoff of just 416, the bar in this category is more accessible than many might expect. For those with strong French test results and an express entry profile in the pool, this opens a meaningful pathway to Canadian permanent residency. For candidates still preparing, the trend of lowering CRS thresholds suggests that timely preparation and profile optimization could pay off in future draws. If you or someone you know meets the French language proficiency requirement and has a CRS around or above 416, or is working to boost to that level, now is the time to keep your profile ready and documents up to date. Canada's immigration cuts are easing housing and labor pressures, new TD report. The federal government's bold policy pivot to curb immigration levels is reshaping Canada's economic landscape and delivering tangible wins for housing affordability and labor market stability. A new report from TD Economics, released just yesterday, October 28, 2025, dives deep into the data, showing how dialing back non-permanent residents and permanent resident targets is easing strains that had pushed the country to the brink. This report comes just in time when the federal government is ready to provide their next immigration levels plan 2026 to 2028. Titled, "Is the Dialback of Immigration Having the Intended Impact in Canada?" The analysis by Chief Economist Beata Caranci and economist Mark Ercoleo paints a picture of measured relief coupled with one intriguing outlier: household spending that's defying gravity. This comes at a critical juncture for Canadians grappling with skyrocketing rents, youth unemployment spikes, and whispers of a broader affordability crisis. As population growth plummets from a blistering 3.2% in Q2 2024 to a more sustainable 0.9%, the report asks the million-dollar question: is the immigration reset working? Spoiler, mostly yes, with some plot twists. Housing market finally getting breathing room. For renters across major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, the news couldn't be timelier. Canada's rental crisis, fueled by a torrent of newcomers, has been a flashpoint, with purpose-built rental prices surging at double historical averages. The TD report credits the immigration slowdown with directly moderating this frenzy. Under the baseline forecast, purpose-built rental growth is projected to cool to 3 to 3.5% in 2026, a sharp halving from 2024's blistering pace. But to spotlight immigration's role, TD ran a what-if scenario. What if high population inflows had persisted? The result? Rent hikes averaging 5.5% from 2025 to 2027, 2 full percentage points steeper than reality. For the average one-bedroom apartment, that translates to an extra $1,100 annually by 2027, further squeezing household budgets. Condo markets, long a magnet for investors and temporary workers, are feeling the pinch too. Asking rents are dropping fastest in British Columbia and Ontario, where temporary foreign workers and international students make up a larger slice of the pie. Charting the correlation, TD shows a clear link: slower population growth equals softer condo prices, as demand from secondary rentals evaporates. Of course, it's not all policy magic. Falling interest rates are nudging folks toward buying, while government incentives have ramped up purpose-built rental construction. Still, without the immigration throttle, experts warn affordability would remain a pipe dream. This isn't a silver bullet for structural shortages like land scarcity in urban centers, the report notes, but it's buying precious time for developers to catch up. Labor market stabilizing under lower immigration levels. Shift to the jobs front, and the immigration recalibration shines again. The post-pandemic boom in arrivals peaking at nearly 4 times pre-COVID labor force growth initially plugged critical gaps in sectors like healthcare and hospitality. But by mid-2024, the scales tipped, job vacancies normalized, hiring slowed, and unemployment climbed a full percentage point from 2022 levels. Enter the policy U-turn, timed like a well-placed chess move. With net job losses hitting 40,000 between July and September 2025, and another 40,000 potentially at risk this year, the unemployment rate is edging up only modestly. Why? Slower labor force expansion averaging 10,000 monthly additions in 2025 versus 30,000 earlier acts as a buffer. TD's counterfactual modeling drives it home. Maintain 2023 to 2024 immigration surges, and today's unemployment could have spiked to 8%, even if employers scooped up 30% of new entrants. A more optimistic 50% absorption still lands at 7.5%. Immigration policy can't be set it and forget it, the economists caution. It demands agility to match skills shortages without flooding low-wage sectors, where newcomers, especially youth on study permits, have borne the brunt of rising joblessness. This balance is key. Too many inflows can deter business investment in training or tech upgrades, favoring cheap labor instead. Regular tweaks, TD urges, will safeguard long-term growth. Consumer spending defies expectations. Perhaps the biggest surprise, Canadians are still spending. Despite a collapse in population growth, aggregate household spending in early 2025 matched or exceeded last year's pace. Lower interest rates, a drawdown of pandemic-era savings, and a domestic tourism boost kept the economy resilient. TD's analysis explains why the slowdown in immigration didn't drag consumption lower. Recent immigrants increasingly arrived as temporary residents, accounting for 70% of population growth between 2022 and 2024, peaking at 7.6% of the population in late 2024. Many worked in lower-wage sectors such as food services, retail, and accommodation, with limited discretionary spending. Their initial spending focused mainly on housing already strained by affordability issues, leaving less room for broader consumption. Because these new residents spent less than earlier cohorts, the aggregate spending impact of slower immigration was muted. In fact, real per capita spending is now rising after 2 years of decline and is on track to exceed its mid-2022 peak by next year. Had immigration growth remained elevated, TD estimates this milestone wouldn't have arrived until 2027. Without the slowdown, per capita spending wouldn't crest its 2022 peak until mid-2027. As it stands, it's on track for next year. The drag from throttled immigration was muted, the report explains, letting broader economic drivers take the wheel. Key takeaways from the TD Economics Report. What it means for Canada's future, a timely reset amid global headwinds. Bottom line? The immigration dialback is no panacea for deep-rooted challenges like densification mandates or U.S. policy ripples, but it's a savvy, timely fix. It's unclogging rental pipelines, cushioning job losses, and against odds keeping wallets open. As Canada eyes productivity boosts and economic transitions, flexible immigration remains a powerhouse tool for resilience. For policymakers, the message is clear: stay nimble. For everyday Canadians, it's a glimmer of hope in tough times. Will this momentum hold through 2026? TD's lens suggests yes, but only with vigilant stewardship. New CEC Express Entry draw on October 28 sent 1,000 PR invitations. Canada has just conducted a new Express Entry draw targeting candidates under the Canadian Experience class, issuing 1,000 invitations to apply for permanent residency. This marks the latest step by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada in recognizing skilled talent already working and contributing within Canada. The comprehensive ranking system score dropped by just 1 point to 533 as compared to the previous CEC draw on October 1, 2025. Key details of the Express Entry draw today. Program, Canadian Experience Class. Number of invitations issued, 1,000. CRS score of lowest ranked candidate invited, 533. Tie-breaking rule, March 21, 2025 at 4:16 and 27 seconds Universal Time Coordinated. Rank required to receive ITA, 1,000 or above. It seems like the number of invitations to apply is now kind of fixed at 1,000, as it has been constant in the last 4 CEC draws since August 2025. Having said that, the cutoff score has also remained at 533 to 534 in these 4 draws. Let's hope to see another round of invitations tomorrow or on Thursday, most probably healthcare or another French proficiency draw. The CEC category continues to be one of the most sought-after immigration pathways for skilled workers who have gained at least 1 year of full-time work experience in Canada. This draw signals that IRCC remains focused on transitioning temporary workers to permanent residents, a key policy objective to address ongoing labor shortages across Canada. Understanding the tie-breaking rule. IRCC's tie-breaking rule ensures fairness when multiple candidates share the same CRS score. For this draw, only candidates who submitted their profiles before March 21, 2025 at 4:16 and 27 seconds Universal Time Coordinated were invited. This means that even if 2 candidates had identical CRS scores of 533, only those who entered the pool earlier than this timestamp received an invitation. CRS score distribution in the pool as of October 28, 2025 after the draw. Candidates who received an ITA on October 28, 2025, now have 60 days to submit their complete permanent residence application to IRCC. Successful applicants will join Canada's next cohort of permanent residents through one of the country's most direct immigration streams. For those who did not receive an invitation, maintaining an active Express Entry profile and improving CRS scores through language retesting, gaining additional work experience, or securing a provincial nomination remains essential. With this CEC-specific draw issuing 1,000 invitations at a CRS cutoff of 533, IRCC has reaffirmed its commitment to helping skilled workers already in Canada transition to permanent status. Observers expect additional draws this week as IRCC prepares to unveil the 2026 to 2028 Immigration Levels Plan, shaping the next chapter of Canada's economic immigration priorities. Canada's new budget 2025 brings major wins for Canadian workers. Canada's upcoming Budget 2025, set to be presented on November 4, is being framed as a transformative plan to strengthen the country's labor market and accelerate the integration of newcomers into the economy. Announced by Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne, this budget focuses on empowering workers, improving income protection, speeding up foreign credential recognition, and ensuring that every Canadian and newcomer can participate fully in the nation's growth story. Core objective: building a workforce-driven economy. Budget 2025's central goal is to create a strong, inclusive workforce by investing in job readiness, fairer labor mobility, and economic inclusion. It addresses long-standing challenges such as slow credential recognition for immigrants, limited training access, and uneven employment protection for workers affected by market disruptions. The government underscores that Canada's future prosperity depends on its workforce, especially in healthcare, construction, and skilled trades, where worker shortages are most acute. Key highlights for Canadian workers. $97 million Foreign Credential Recognition Action Fund to fast-track licensing for internationally trained doctors, nurses, engineers, and other professionals. $50 million National Digital Jobs and Training Platform, offering a one-stop space for job searches, training, and applications. $382.9 million Workforce Alliances and Innovation Fund to connect employers, unions, and educators for sector-specific hiring and skills development. $570 million in labor market development agreements with provinces and territories to fund reskilling and job assistance. Expanded apprenticeship training under the Union Training and Innovation Program, adding $75 million over 3 years. $3.6 billion in enhanced employment insurance benefits for workers impacted by market instability and tariffs. $370.5 million for the EI work-sharing program, allowing employers to avoid layoffs by reducing work hours while maintaining employee income. These initiatives collectively aim to build a more resilient, skilled, and mobile workforce, especially by helping immigrants transition from underemployment to stable, well-paying jobs. Personal support workers tax credit. Recognizing the essential contribution of care workers, Budget 2025 introduces a new refundable tax credit for personal support workers. Worth 5% of eligible earnings, up to $1,100 per year, for 5 years. Targets PSWs in provinces and territories that have not signed federal wage increase deals. Provides fairer compensation for immigrant caregivers who form a large share of Canada's long-term care and disability support workforce. This measure ensures that PSWs, many of whom are newcomers, receive financial recognition and support. Faster foreign credential recognition. To end years of frustration faced by qualified immigrants unable to work in their fields, Budget 2025 establishes the Foreign Credential Recognition Action Fund. $97 million over 5 years, starting 2026 to 27, to simplify, speed up, and increase transparency in evaluating foreign credentials. Focus on critical sectors like healthcare and construction. Aims to provide clearer guidance, standardized timelines, and reduced red tape. This initiative will allow thousands of skilled newcomers to fill Canada's most urgent labor gaps more quickly, strengthening essential sectors and promoting fairness in the job market. National Digital Jobs and Training Platform. A $50 million investment will launch a digital platform combining job listings, applications, and online training tools into one system. Built in partnership with the private sector. Receives $8 million in ongoing annual funding. Enables both Canadians and newcomers to find and upgrade skills efficiently. This platform addresses the fragmented job market and helps workers in transition connect with opportunities across the country. Strengthen support for trades and mobility. Canada's construction and housing boom requires thousands of new workers. Budget 2025 therefore expands trades training through the Union Training and Innovation Program, encouraging more Canadians to enter Red Seal trades like plumbing, welding, and electrical work. In addition, the budget introduces labor mobility reforms that restrict non-compete clauses in federally regulated industries, empowering workers to move freely between jobs or start new ventures. This promotes fair competition, higher wages, and entrepreneurship. Why these measures matter to newcomers. Immigrants are central to Canada's labor force, yet many face barriers in credential recognition, job matching, and wage mobility. Budget 2025 directly addresses these barriers by speeding up professional licensing, creating easier access to online job and training tools, expanding EI income protection, opening more apprenticeship and trades opportunities, removing legal barriers to job mobility. Together, these steps create a clearer and faster path to full economic participation for newcomers and their families. A vision for inclusive growth. As Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne and Cabinet colleagues Patty Hajdu and John Zaraselli emphasized, this budget represents a commitment to empower every worker, Canadian-born and immigrant alike. By investing in training, fair pay, and career freedom, Budget 2025 lays the foundation for Canada Strong, a future built by workers from every background, driving growth in homes, hospitals, and industries across the nation. Ultimately, Budget 2025 is more than a fiscal document. It is a national workforce strategy designed to ensure that every skilled worker, whether Canadian or newcomer, has the chance to succeed and contribute to building the Canada of tomorrow. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.